annual physical yesterday. I'm 65 years old. I'm legally blind. I'm on disability. I went to my doc and I lost 28 pounds in the last year. I did not need to lose 28 pounds. I did not try to lose 28 pounds. I lost the 28 pounds because I cannot afford to eat anymore. Under Biden, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Under Biden, I was able to put $100 a month away for food, along with my SNAP, and I did okay. I could get fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and meat. It is just me. But now, with grocery prices so high, propane, electricity out of this world, I now only allow myself $65 a month for food.
Sharon, are you on SNAP benefits?
Let me tell you, under Joe Biden, I received $80 a month for SNAP. That was taken away from me under Donald Trump. He took it away. He gave me $24 a month. I did receive that for a couple of months. Then he took it down to $12.50 a month. I said, screw you. So I'm not doing that no more. So now I get $65 a month, Mimi. And for them people out there, all these Republicans that are doing so flippin' well right now, I have 3 potatoes. I have a half a tomato. I have 3 bananas, 1 apple, 1 can of soup, a half a loaf of bread, 1 egg, and 1 can of green beans. I do not get paid until the 3rd. I am disability blind. I cannot drive a car. I'm 15 miles out of town, so I am not able to just, trot my butt down to the food shelf. I used to volunteer at the food shelf. I can't even do that anymore. I don't understand. I'd like somebody to explain to me, why is it always the poor people that are helping the poor people? I don't understand. But what I want to say, Mimi, is that it's really close to coming. Like that man said, the end is coming near, and it can't.
It's heartbreaking. See, that's why I do this. I'm just some dude in a garage that makes videos, and I realize that this government doesn't actually care about this person at all. When both parties hear this story, their first thought is, how can I leverage that to make the other side upset? How can I use this to win my district in the midterms? And that's disgusting. 2/3 of this country live paycheck to paycheck, which means that at any time, any of us could end up like her. And if you're new to my channel, when I was 25, 30 years ago, when I was a kid in my 20s, I couldn't afford a bike. And I lived up in Oregon. I had to walk 5.2 miles to work every day. Whether it was rain, snow, hot or cold, it didn't matter. And half of my walk was in the dark along a road. And I could have got hit by a car at any time. And I did that for years until I was able to buy a Honda CRX for $250 from one of my good friends. One time I had to sell my PlayStation just to pay rent, my PS1, my comic books, my Spawns, which I loved. Had to sell those to pay for gas. It's terrifying. Having to sneak home, not pay rent. This lady is a good person. And she just wants someone to give a damn about her. Anybody. Just care about her. But part of this country, especially on the right, wants to demonize her and scare people. Oh, they're all taking the system away. It's the brown people. We're not racists. Ooh, they're just leeches on the economy. They just want someone to give a shit about them. Neither side has raised minimum wage. Neither side has done anything about affordable housing. If 3 people own 50% of the wealth, how in the hell is that a great country? She's talking about 3 potatoes and half of a damn tomato. 14 million kids go to school hungry every day. 42 million people need tax dollars just to eat, as we found out when the government shut down. And the president that's, pro-life starved them. And nothing's being done about the people. So when people ask me, Paul, why are you so angry? This is why. Because I care about her. You know what? I don't even know what her name is. I don't care what her name is. She's my fucking neighbor. When are we going to start caring about the people in this country when something doesn't directly affect us? That lack of empathy is a big reason why we're here. And one party, and I'm not a Democrat or Republican, just for the record, one party says, am I better off than I was 4 years ago? And that selfish mentality tells her to screw off because I'm better, screw you. You just want socialism. You're lazy. You probably drink and do drugs and you're probably gay or something like that. It's a selfish mindset. And it's disgusting. People just want someone to care for them. But instead, we have 2 parties spending all their time fighting over the Epstein files. And yeah, it should be discussed. But people like her, they don't care about the Epstein files. She just wants to make it to tomorrow without starving to death. People can't afford health care. They're afraid they can't get their cancer medication or their insulin shots. But the president is going to rename the Gulf of Mexico, and he's going to spend $20 million to go to a Super Bowl. And part of this country, he works so hard as he sits on his fat ass and golfs half the time. This lady has 3 potatoes and half a tomato. And if you don't see a problem with the president spending $20 million to go to a Super Bowl, then you're the problem with this country. We have to somehow, some way, create this system where it actually works for the people and not for the Democrats and not for the Republicans. Because newsflash, they're all screwing us. They're both taking money from AIPAC. Israel is basically running this country. That's why they all kiss the ass of Israel. What does Israel do for us? Nothing. They have universal health care. You know why? Because of our tax dollars that both parties just passed $3.3 billion while they murder innocent people in Gaza. They haven't banned AIPAC. They haven't reversed Citizens United. Just think about this. Elon Musk gave $300 million to Donald Trump, that rapist. And this lady can't even afford to eat. She gets $12.50. What's wrong with that picture? Walmart, the largest employer in the United States. The median employee makes about $31,500 in the greatest country in the world. It's honest work. I've done it. And I've worked at UPS. I've worked at retirement homes. I've worked at Burger King. It's a job. As long as you go out there and do your job, good for you. You're doing your part. But the CEO makes 495 times that median employee. $17 million. To tell somebody making $31,000 an hour that you have to work harder, you can't have sick days, you can't take time off because I need more money. And at the same time, you and I are paying for the health care and food of 15,000 of those employees at Walmart, the largest employer. We're having to use our tax dollars because that country is so damn greedy that they won't even pay their people who work full-time a living wage. And they have to work 2 jobs and 3 jobs, and they literally work themselves to death. And it causes depression, anxiety, angst. Everybody just wants to take care of their families. They don't want to be afraid, how am I going to eat tomorrow? What if these potatoes go bad and I can't afford to eat? They don't want that. That's part of the reason everybody's so angry in this country and pissed off. We have gun violence and people that drink and do drugs. It's because they feel hopeless. And the system that they're told they have to pay taxes into is giving them the middle finger and saying, screw you, I'm worried about staying in power. I'm going to rename the Gulf of Mexico. I'm going to see a Super Bowl. I'm going to golf on my own golf courses and spend $50 million. Ooh, Kash Patel, he's going to spend taxpayer dollars to fly over and watch the hockey team. Kristi Noem wants to spend millions and millions of dollars for a frickin' private airplane. And these people can't even afford to eat. This system, don't tell me this is the greatest country in the world. Let's not even get into gun violence where over 40,000 people die every year. And we call ourselves the greatest country. And so many of you pro-life Christians, my ass, won't do a damn thing about gun reform. You won't help them with universal health care. You won't raise minimum wage. You won't work on affordable housing. You won't help the 14 million kids that are hungry. You won't help the environment. You don't give a damn about life. And going back to what I said, am I better off? Because you're selfish. You actually don't care. I care for her because she's my fellow American. She's my neighbor. Love thy neighbor as thyself, not love thyself. And this went back to the last election for me. As a small business owner, yeah, Harris wasn't perfect. But I voted for women's rights. I voted for affordable housing, raising minimum wage, taxing the crap out of rich people, helping small businesses get loans, helping people get out of student loan debt. I voted for everybody else except for myself because I'm not a selfish prick. Because I didn't want people like this caller to feel so desperate that she's just waiting for the money to run out where she's just going to wither up and die and then nothing's going to happen to her for 3 days. Someone's going to find her one day. And that's disgusting. We're not the greatest country in the world as long as we have stuff like this. And this is not an isolated incident. We all know that. We need people in this country that are going to give a damn about people. I can't make people care about other people. I can't force people to have empathy. And we have too many people in this country that only give a damn about themselves and their stupid ass gun. But they don't care if it murders anybody or if a kid picks it up and murders somebody. They don't care, oh, you can't go through a background check because I'm pro-life. That's an infringement. I don't care if it murders 3 kids in a school. But just don't tread on me. But she won't even have any damn empathy for someone like this. I don't know when we're going to fix this system. I get asked all the time, will I run for Congress or president? I could. I think I'd be good at it because I actually give a damn. Am I perfect? No. Do I know foreign policy perfectly? No. But you know what? I give a shit about people. And I can work with that. I care more about that. Someone that has a good heart. I voted for John McCain and I voted for Obama. They were both decent people. I voted for a Republican and a Democrat. Look at that. I'm not a radical left libtard. They both had different visions for the country, but you know what? They both actually wanted to make the country better. They just did it in a different way, and I respect that. Right now, we just have a bunch of white supremacist people with 3 teeth that are inbred, that are white trash, that just want to get into culture wars. Tampons in bathrooms. Oh, what's a man? What's a girl? Oh, look, there's 10 transgenders out of the entire country. Out of 330 million people, what are we going to do? Oh, is a man going to go into a girl's bathroom? Because y'all are so stupid that you're distracted by it because you're so ignorant that you don't give a shit about this caller. Have a white day.